Hey, internet. Setting up my phone. It's kind of late. After I move things around, I'm doing a thing on where have I been? Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna see who joins. I'm assuming I'm live. I know it's late. So we will see how this goes. If no one joins, I'm just gonna sit by myself and tell you where I've been. But anyway, let me pull up the video so I can see comments. Oh, look, there's two watching already. Hello, two watching already. And I've got to turn off the sound a little bit. So I can't remember the last time that I made a video. 2, 3, 4 weeks ago? Something. Yo, Daniel, dude. Yo, man. You're up. Uh, hey, did you get your car situation fixed? Yes, ish. There's still work to be done. So, really long story, not so long, but not short. Uh, two 2003s, a Mazda, and an Expedition that were both given to us. We've been given three cars, and the Lord's done amazing things. So we were never like in panic mode. Uh, but anyway, they both went down at the same time. And so the Expedition blew a spark plug. Second time it's done that. Just sounds like a gun going off. And then, well, maybe a firecracker, like a large firecracker. And then it just sounds like a go-kart after that. And so I tried to repair it myself because Napa sells a kit that is like this plumbing bushing, but it goes in your engine block and you can get a special spark plug adapter. I couldn't get the rethreading thing to stick because the adapter is self-tapping, so I couldn't get it in there. I had a exhaust leak still through the engine block, so I ended up having to take that one in. But I still needed to take the throttle body in that and all the EGR ports because I'm throwing a code for probably a dirty or stuck open EGR. So it runs, it's smoothish, and so it's getting us back and forth, and so we'll get through the move. The Mazda, that was a whole nother story. So I had a misfire on cylinder 4. I bought a new coil for cylinder 4, checked all the compression, and but it was still just running too rough and cutting out and just aggravating. So I was doing the ignition coils, did all the plugs, checked all the compression, everything's fine. And so I was throwing lean codes too on both O2 sensors. And so I'm like, fine, I'll check the cat. So I took both catalytic converters off, uh, changed the O2 sensors in case the O2 sensors were bad. The converters were fine, especially the back one. I cleaned the front one. They looked fine, and I put them back on, still running. I'm running all over the place trying to fix stuff. I finally took it in to just get it diagnosed. It ended up being the ignition coil on cylinder 4 was bad. The brand new coil that I bought, and even though it wasn't misfiring on cylinder 4, it had a wire going to cylinder 1 and was giving me a misfire on cylinder 1. I'm just like, oh my goodness. And so got that fixed, got the AC in the Mazda fixed, and last night or 2 days ago, threw the good old like cat code on it again. And so I have to replace the catalytic converter on that. I can do it myself, but those parts, like I think $300 just for the converter. And so anyway, uh, I'll do that after I move because it runs fine. It's just an emissions thing, but if it affects the performance and I can't buy the converter just yet. I'll just an old trick is you can just drill a hole or run a screwdriver right through the middle of your catalytic converter. That way it'll free up the air to move through. And we're in a state that doesn't require emissions testing right now. So that's kind of nice. So I can get by with kind of cheating a little bit before I can replace it. So that's what's going on with the cars. They're running, doing, because for a week both of them weren't running. Then I had one in the shop and I couldn't figure out the other one. And so anyway, they're both running, both pretty smooth, but both still have a good amount of work to be done to bring them back up to like standard operating thing. So there you go, Hunter. That's my long answer, but it could have been longer. But just to give you like the full scope of things with the car stuff. What's up, full on community builders? Jeff, is that you? Are you full on community builders? Because full on sounds kind of familiar. Oh, yeah, Bro Jangles. That's you. Oh, my goodness. Haha, I didn't even know you were on my YouTube, man. Yeah, we're teaching the boys that stuff. And it's funny because they're at the age where they're wanting to get jobs soon. Ashton's 15, Parker's 14. So I'm like, you guys, they're helping me out in the house and I'm showing them how to do stuff. It's easy to show someone how to tear stuff up and clean it up when you're done. But I, especially Parker, man, he's been such a hard worker. They're both working hard. Uh, but I told Parker today, I'm like, instead of working at a lame restaurant or in retail, like you have a job like at 16 working for a guy making like $12 an hour, and then you can learn some really cool stuff. And so he's like, I may do that. And then you're working like Monday through Friday, like 9 to 5 pretty much. And so Parker and Ashton, they're learning some stuff. And this is the first home remodel we've done where they're actually old enough to be a serious help. And so it's so, so wonderful. So I've got like, and Allie's always been a help. So there's like four of us running around. Right now we're tearing stuff up. So we closed on the house on Tuesday. And so smokers were in there and it was already stuff from like the 70s and the 80s. So we're ripping up carpet, ripping off paneling, and I'm very frustrated because some people's just halfway construction jobs are really not the original construction, but additions and changes people made through the years is just you tear stuff up because you want to fix something and then you find out something else is messed up, so you got to tear it up even more, and then that's messed up, and then you just go deeper and deeper into stuff that's messed up, man. So anyway, tore paneling out of a converted garage that they made into a room, tore the paneling off because we wanted to put up sheetrock, and then found out they built the walls all wrong, and then we kind of wanted to put windows on this wall anyway, so while we have everything apart, we might as well just reframe it, put windows in. And so tomorrow we're gonna go get windows to just frame in there and reside. And oh, there's Allie and all that. So boys learn stuff. Jeff, I'm glad you're on here, dude. Brian, man, the legend. I don't know about a legend, but dude, good to see you, Brian. So anyway, I just talked about the house and the cars, and so I'm just doing a quick video because I haven't been able to film anything the last couple weeks, and it's all been not by design. I knew I would not be filming a lot right now because of our move and fixing the house. I knew we would be fixing the house, but I didn't plan on working on the cars almost like a month straight, nonstop. It was my full-time job to get the cars running again, and so just in time for the move. So that's why I haven't been filming or doing really anything. I've been working on cars, trying to figure out car stuff, and then doing house stuff. And we kind of started on the house early too, because the lender required certain repairs on the exterior to be made before we could get the home loan. And so we went over and did the work, and the homeowner paid for the materials. And then they gave us the keys to the house like a week before we bought it. So we've been there for about a week now, just cleaning and getting stuff. I didn't want to tear anything up until we actually owned it, but that's where I've been. Cars, houses, fixing stuff. We're fixing to move. Probably in 2 weeks, we'll be out of the apartments here. We're on the south side of San Antonio, y'all, and it is gangsta, man. It's so gangster that when my son got assaulted last summer, we had the cops here, and the first time we've had the cops here a bunch. The first time we had the cops here, um, he shows up, and his question was like, "What are you guys doing here?" And my wife and I, we looked at each other like, "What do you mean? Like we live here?" He's like, "No, you're not the kind of people that live around here." And we're like, "Oh, no big deal." And anyway, it was just funny. The cops are like, "You guys need to get out of here." And so there's a couple spots in Southside, but honestly, since we've been here, there's been so many churches that have done such a good job at cleaning up, like the West Side and the East Side. Um, and so the South Side's kind of the last great project of San Antonio to see the place revitalized. So we've been here for a couple years because it's affordable. So we moved out of the Methodist building. We either had to get real jobs, and I say real jobs like worldly secular jobs, and just go back to business as usual, or stay in full-time ministry, keep focused on the ministry we're building. And we felt like that was the Lord, so we moved into homes that we were able to afford. So it's income restricted housing, so we were able to get in here on our limited ministry income, and then just build things over the last couple years to the point where now we can get a house again. And so we were able to get one. It needs a lot of fixing up, but it's gonna be amazing when we're done with it. Keep up the good work. I'll do it.
If anyone wants a gnome.
Oh. Show your face to the internet.
I did.
No, you didn't. You showed kind of your shoulder thing. Where's your face? Say, hey, internet.
No.
She hates it when I say that. You guys tell her how much you love it when I say, hey, internet. All right. I felt like that's a weird position. Look at my wife. All right. Anyway. Just got through watching The Case for Miracles. Life-changing, brother. Oh, man. Is that a YouTube movie or is that a documentary somewhere? Where can I find that? Greenhouse gardens to restore communities. All right. Do it, man. We don't have a greenhouse right now, but I have a shed. That probably doesn't count. Hey, internet is your catchphrase. See, they love it. The internet loves it, especially Hunter, babe. So, anyway, Jeff, how you doing, man? Lee Strobel on YouTube. I'll get the link. Cool stuff. I will watch that. So, yeah, we just got back from working all day. Well, I shouldn't say all day. So today we woke up. My wife and I, we went to the San Antonio Baptist Association, and they've gotten behind our unceasing prayer and worship city unity thing, because it's not political. It's all about Jesus. It's about exalting Jesus, Jesus getting the reward of his sufferings. So they really like that, and we like it too. We all like Jesus, and it's hard to find. Well, let me back up. I'm going to throw in a parentheses. So many of our unified prayer meetings and gatherings in the city seem to get like super political, and I love praying for politics, and we should pray for our leaders. Paul told Timothy to pray for your leaders so you can live a peaceable life, and so those things are good, but for the sake of unity, many times our prayer meetings aren't as unity. They aren't as unifying as we think they are many times. And so the Baptists have really gotten behind this San Antonio Praise, which is a part of America Praise. You can check it out. I did a video on it a while back on like how to unify your city. But anyway, so we were there. The Baptists invited their pastors there to talk about it, and they had Daryl Horn, who is the head of the Baptist Association, just kind of talk about knocking and keep on knocking, seeking and keep on seeking. And so we're able to talk to them. Allie led worship for a little bit, and it was really good. We had a great time over there, and so we got done with that, came home, changed, and went and ripped up some of the house stuff. And so, fun day. Hey, Internet. Gwen Matthews says, hi, Allie.
Hi, Dave Matthews.
No, Gwen, not Dave.
Hi, Gwen Matthews.
Allie says, hi, Gwen Matthews. Internet says hello back at y'all. LOL. Yeah, the internet does all kinds of things. It watches you while you're sleeping. I may be joking. I don't know. That's I don't know. Allie's seen Snowden. I haven't seen Snowden, but I've heard all about it. All right. Hi, I'm Brazilian. What's up, Brazilian man? How do you? Well, I'm asking you, how do you pronounce your name? Maybe you can write it with all the I don't know. Dumb question. Hi, Brazilian person. Fabio or Fabio? First one or second one? Fabio? I'm guessing. So, hi, Fabio. So, anyway, man, it is late, you guys, and I'm going to go to bed in a little bit. I'm going to wake up and go back to the house and tear. No, I'm not tearing stuff up. I get to put in windows and reframe a wall and hang sheetrock tomorrow. So my whole goal for tomorrow is to get the windows in, get the wall framed and nice, get at least the outside of the windows trimmed nice, and then have the sheetrock done. So that Friday I can just tape and float everything. What's the plan for moving your library? Massive amounts of bubble wrap and prayer? Actually, I enjoy moving my library. It's probably the hardest thing to move in the whole house because it's just tedious. But it's fun to like look again at every little book and spend time with it. And so I've moved my library twice now. And so it usually has its own special moving day. And my bookshelves and the books all fit in the expedition or something or both cars. And I don't think I'll have its own moving day, but it always seems to have its own special time of reflecting on each book and looking at some of the different notes. And we move them in like those grocery bags that you get that you bring to the grocery store. Let me see if I can find one. Here we go. Like these Trader Joe's bags. You can fit 2 stacks of books in here, and they go really well. And then the small boxes, don't like get this big giant book or box and fill them up with books. Big box and fill them up with books, because you will be mad at yourself for that later. So just bunch of little boxes and fill them up with books. And so I enjoy moving my bookshelves, and I keep all my Bible boxes, and the Bibles go back in the boxes. I do have a couple Bibles yap wrapped because I'm doing the yap training thing on these Foundation New American Standards that came in a couple days ago. So when we get moved and settled in, my next videos will be just a review on both of these.
Tell them
And
my
then-
awesome idea for the house.
What's your awesome idea?
The wall-to-wall built-in books.
Oh, Allie wants to do a whole like wall-to-wall built-in bookshelf for my library. And so that would be cool. So we'll see when that will happen. That's not a huge priority at the beginning. Right now we just want to get it livable. Listen to her. I know that would be cool. I would like it, and I can build it how I want it. So anyway, either that or I've got to get another one of those IKEA bookshelves. So if you've seen, it usually doesn't end up in the video shot because the camera's at a different angle, but it's the white tall bookshelf with the crown molding on it is one I got from IKEA, and I really like that one, and so I was going to get another one of those to put it on the other side because I have books. You know, when you have the bookshelves and you start laying stuff on top of your books and then on top of the shelf and stacking stuff up, it's like, okay, it's time for another shelf. And so I want to pick up another one while we're spending money on floors and stuff. So we're able to get floors for one room, and then we're saving up for floors for the rest of the house. And so anyway, that's the room we're doing the sheetrock and everything. That room was the worst. They smoked in that one and watched TV, and they had ceiling tiles in there, which I'm thankful for because I don't have to wash the ceiling, but we can just take the ceiling tiles out. So we took all those out, and man, they were stanky, and we brought them back to the dumpster at the apartment. And then tonight we brought back a bunch of the carpet we ripped up, and man, that stuff stinks. If you're a smoker, please don't smoke in your house. I guess you can do what you want in your house, don't listen to me, but you shouldn't smoke in your house. But if you do smoke in your house, look at what gets stuck to the walls and the ceiling, and then realize, like, that's going inside me. Yuck. I used to smoke, and because I didn't like my voice, and I smoked for the sole purpose of like changing my voice and making it deeper. And so when I got saved, the Lord delivered me from smoking like in an instant. I didn't even have to try to quit. I just quit. I got so busy and enthralled in the Word that I quit smoking one day and didn't really think about it. I just realized, oh yeah, when was my last cigarette? And so I used to, and I get the pull, but man, it does bad things for you. Oh no, your English is not terrible. I was just making sure, Fabio, if I was saying your name right. Y'all be shining life. Gotta go help Mama. She says good night, and she loves y'all. Shine on. Thanks, Jeff. I'll see you soon, I hope. Yeah, Jeff Hurd's been blowing up the feed. Jeff Hurd. He was the Full On Ministries there in the comments. He was a really good friend when I was in high school, but he was like a leader, father, friend, youth group leader. He was in his late 20s when I was a teenager, and he was just an amazing person to have by my side growing up, that always had good wisdom and uh, good good friendship. I really enjoyed it, uh, getting to know Jeff. So he's a cool guy. Just letting y'all know that. I've seen bookshelves made from wooden ladders. Huh, that's a good idea. Were they wide step, or were they the small steps, or how did how did those work? Hey, my brother, love you, but I gotta head to bed. May the Lord continue to bless you. Bless you, sir. I will see you later. My man, have a good night. I'm gonna head to bed here soon. I just wanted to say hey to everyone, let you know where I've been there. Wide steps. All right. That's a pretty cool idea. I've never really considered that. Oh, horizontally, like the ladder going that way. That's interesting. That's even more interesting. That's kind of like the. Did it still was it skinny at one end and big at the other? Kind of how ladders work, or was it all one length? That sounds yes. I guess that's the small and the big at one end, so they kind of like I'm trying to do it with my hands. I don't know if it's working. I don't know if that's communicating. Uh, well, cool stuff, you guys. Man, I think I'm gonna wrap up this video. This will be the shortest live video I've ever done. All the same width. All right, cool. Uh, man, do you know how thick the ladder material was, or the edge of the ladder? PS. Is that PS or PS? I'm just sitting here in silence. So awkward. Normally, like when I'm sitting in silence, I edit that out. But this is a live video, and I can't do that. Add lights for the ambience. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing for lighting yet. Honestly, we're gonna do the sheetrock. I tore the ceiling tile out, and it's funny, the some of the rails up on top of the ceiling I have bent in half and folded over, and I have like a broom on one going from rail to rail, just to hold the vents up from the AC so they don't fall down. And I'm just gonna leave them like that until we get moved in, probably. And then I know what we want to do: beadboard across the ceiling in that room, not the whole house. But so I don't know how we're gonna do the vents yet. I think we're gonna change the vents so they look different. One of those circle ones that blow everywhere. And so there's two of those. So I'll get to the ceiling later. I don't have to do the ceiling to move in. So floors, walls, baseboards, and the windows for that one. LED. Oh, you mean like the little runners, like the rope lights? thanks for congratulating me on the house, Tubular. Uh, then back to rope lights. Sorry, my brain thinks it's the dumbest thing she's ever. You might change your mind, babe. Now I don't know. Maybe you still think it's dumb. I've always wanted to do. Okay, so when you look at the top corner of your wall, we'll just say that's the wall, like ceiling, wall. I've always wanted to have crown molding, like just below the ceiling, like a couple inches below. She's like, it's still dumb. She knows what I'm talking about. So if you put a baseboard up on the ceiling, so ceiling here, put like a nice thick baseboard on the corner of the ceiling that would edge it, and then bring the crown molding down a couple inches, and that crown mold sticks out, and you have like this little lip in there to throw like a LED rope light underneath the crown mold. And so you have something, you have two molding pieces. You have the crown molding, and then you have the baseboard up there. But then you have that little gap so that when you turn that rope light on, you have this light coming out. And that always seemed like it would be really, really cool. And now that we have this wall open and we have some of the wiring exposed, it would be so easy to just throw a wire up there to plug it up and put it on a switch. But she still thinks it's dumb, guys. That's so terrible. That's like one of my dream molding jobs. It's sheep. It is sheep. I know it's sheep. But she thinks it's dumb. So maybe we'll have to see. Our light, we're putting windows in there so we can get more lighting. So lighting's good, especially when you film things. Lighting is really, really key and good and all that stuff. So anyway, do you guys have any questions before I go to sleep and then start another day of work? I'm going to wait exactly 30 more seconds. But until then, I'm going to let you in on something that I'm thinking about. I think I like my old Allen New American Standard readers better than I like the thicker one with the 32 GSM because it has a thicker cover and I like the thinner text block. Just saying. What do you think about the... Hang on, let me read it here. Oh, I don't even know how to pronounce that W word there. Worsby commentaries. I don't know. Because I don't even know what that... Warren Worsby. I haven't heard of him, so I couldn't comment on that. So maybe you can let us know. Is he a modern guy? Not so modern? I don't know. I know the ones that I still like are the New International Commentary, the New American Commentary, the Word Biblical Commentary are my top three faves. I've been getting more and more into the Anchor, especially their newer editions. Last year I picked up Revelation from the Anchor series. I can't remember who the author was, but I really have been enjoying that one. And good night, Gwen. Tell Dave I said high five, but not in his face, like his hand. But yeah, the Revelation Anchor commentary series has been really, really good. He's on YouTube. Cool. I'll check him out. But yeah, I hope we get that wall of bookshelves built because then that means I can fit more commentary sets. I'd really like to fill out my Word Biblical set. I've got 5 Old Testament volumes and 4 New Testament volumes. So for the Word Biblical, that's like hardly a dent in the collection that they offer. I went with like Psalms, Chronicles, Hebrews, and then I just found Romans at half price books, so I got both volumes of Romans. And so with that series, because it's so technical, I'm picking out like the more priestly books that talk about the priesthood, and so that's why I went with Chronicles and the Psalms, because Psalms was during a time where David tapped the eternal priesthood, and so getting commentary on some of the technicalities of what's going on in Psalms, and then Chronicles. Not a lot of people like realize why the same story is told twice. So you have First and Second Samuel, First and Second Kings, that go through pretty much the story of Israel's history from David through the exile of Judah. And then you have the same story repeated in First and Second Chronicles. And the reason is First and Second Samuel focus on David. You've got First and Second Kings, and they're more like kingly books that talk about the kingly accomplishments. When you look at Chronicles, it talks about the nations and the kings from the perspective of the priesthood, and so they tend to focus more on how did that king treat the house of prayer, or how did that king treat the temple. And so that's why, like Hezekiah's revival, there's way more information in there about what Hezekiah did to tear down the things, take all the unclean stuff, what he did to raise up the priesthood, put the singing Levites back into their place in the temple, open the house of prayer in 1 week. And so anyway, Chronicles, priestly book. So I'm starting with the books that I consider have more of a priestly aspect. Malachi would be another one that's a book written to a neglectful priesthood. And so, yeah, I want to fill that one out. How did I get started on commentaries? Oh, yeah, someone asked about if I had heard about another commentary. Dano did. All right, I'll check it out. All right. 6-book set. Okay, so kind of like, do you know what his basis is of like theological understanding, like what his bent is, where the commentaries head, I guess? What am I trying to say? I don't know. It's late. I've been doing construction and car work for a month. Anyway, I guess I'll just check him out. But that's it. If nothing else, I'm gonna let you let me go. Doesn't that sound so polite and nice and stuff? Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. And if another question pops up, I'll be happy to answer. But I'm going to read this question. It's the Cadillac commentaries. All right, man. I'll check it out. I will check out this Cadillac. Uh, I'm going to make another window and do this right now. Warren Wiesby. Wiserby? Wiserby. Alright. I got a Jugal window open, and I'll check that out. Alright, y'all. B, yeah. I guess that's how you say it. I don't know. But, alright. I'm going to now, again, let me go. So I'm going to go to bed. But it was good getting to talk with you guys a little bit, say hey, let you know where I've been, what I've been up to. Been swinging hammers and turning wrenches. That's what I've been doing. So I'll get back in the consistency of things when we start getting settled, and show you some more of the new place, probably on the vlog that I share with Allie. So if you don't know, my wife has a channel that's way bigger than mine, and then we have a vlog channel called Dave Lee and Allie Brown Vlog, where we get into some of the vloggy stuff as we're able to have time. I think the last thing we posted on there was our Israel trip. So updates on the house and stuff, that'll probably be on the vlog, and all that stuff, like for an official thing. But anyway, if it's official, I don't I don't know. It's official, y'all. All right. I I am tired. It's official, y'all. All right. I will talk to you guys later, and I will make a video later. I'll talk at you later. I mean, because that's how videos work. But I'll do more live videos and stuff too, because I enjoy interacting and fielding questions and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go to bed, and y'all have a good night. I will see you, at the rapture if I don't get to meet you before then. So, anyway, y'all take care. Have a good night.